Do I have to do anything?
You're great.
That's how. That's okay.
He was trying to figure out what to do with his hands, huh?
Yeah,
just
like,
having you here.
What do I do? How does this happen? How do I show up on YouTube later? and then it just happened.
Yeah. Let's get into it. This is the 5 on 5 podcast presented by directmusicservice.com and Nuke's Hot Sauce. Nuke's is doing a little art show right now in Portland. Yes. If you're nearby, go check them out. Records, art, hot sauce for sale. Everybody could use a little extra hot sauce in their life. So shout out to Nuke's. Yeah, go check them out. Yeah, Nuke's Hot Sauce. I'm one of your hosts, Phenom, coming to you live from sunny tropical Portland, Oregon. Down the street from me, up the street from me, my man in black, Jupiter Williams, with Nyla on deck down below there. Hello, Nyla. Down in the belly of the beast in sunny Las Vegas, Sin City, Nick Lopez. And our special guest today, I can't believe we got this guy on the show. Same. Fucking legend, a friend of mine, a fantastic.
Hey, hold on a second. You act like I've been turning you down for like since day one. Like you asked me 2 weeks ago, you're like, hey, do you want to be on the podcast? And I was like, yeah, I do. I would like to be on your podcast. So it's not that hard to get me. You just have to ask.
A certain air of mystery.
Yeah.
Tried to get our people to his people.
Yeah.
It's like you just asked me.
But like, once your attorneys were talking to my attorneys and all the deal points were lined up, like we're good, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. For those of you that don't recognize that voice, that very disgruntled gentleman is Stonerokk.
I will say, I will say this. I think this is the only podcast that I've done without Graham. So this will be interesting because Graham's usually the one that's like, don't say anything incendiary, and like has me reel it back. But also, this is the first podcast I've done since starting therapy. So maybe things won't be as fiery as they once were in the past, or might have been in the past. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, this is going to be the most boring podcast ever, guys.
Yeah,
it's going to be one extreme or the other. You're either so relieved, like
it's going to be me talking about all the self-help books that I'm reading, and like what my therapist says, and like how much good sleep I'm getting now.
Or the opposite, where you're like, well, I've been going to therapy, so that I kind of use that for that, and now I'm just gonna. I don't care. I'll apologize about it later in therapy.
Fire off missile after missile.
Firing off.
Yeah.
I just picture you like Ari Gold going to therapy, just throwing the phone against the wall and being like, I'm out. Like a podcast.
It's actually not that. It's not that. It's actually a pretty calming thing. So I find myself where at one point I might have thrown the phone across the room, but now maybe that doesn't happen so much. Or I talk to myself before I throw the phone across the room, like, hey, maybe this isn't the best course of action, and then I throw the phone anyways. I don't know. We don't have to talk about any of this.
I love it.
Well, I wanted to get you on here. I definitely want to have Graham on as well. That's a no-brainer. Yeah, we like to keep it to just one guest. We've done 2 and 3 and 4 previously, and it's just turned into a fucking circus with Zoom calls. Shout out to Zoom.
Shout out to Zoom.
Yeah.
Zoom sponsorship in full effect here.
Not the sponsorship. We're paying them.
Right. We're sponsoring Zoom.
Yeah. Has anyone fumbled the bag more than Skype regarding Skype and Zoom? I feel like they're just like, yo.
Damn.
Skype's been around for 600 years, and like Zoom's been around for 4 minutes, and everyone just Zooms. In fact, Zoom is now synonymous to video chat, video conference. Like, I'll just Zoom you. FaceTime, people don't even use FaceTime in the same way.
They have the Google thing, like the Google conference calls.
That's
and they don't even call it that. Like people are just like, I have a Zoom call, but it's on Google.
Yeah.
Like,
like
the language has changed.
Don't get me started on Google. That might set me off into
that's it.
That's it.
It didn't take long.
It didn't take long.
I do not like the Google ecosystem. Like it just sucks.
I'm not a fan either, and I try. I really do try because in theory, it should be simple. Like everything ties together, the calendar, but it still feels like a third-party app. So like
I have like 19 Gmail accounts. I don't know what's linked to what. I don't know what is happening. Like my fucking YouTube videos are over here and the thing is over. It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
I think Google Drive is one of the worst inventions I've ever seen. It's
really?
I hate it.
I utilize Google Drive all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
I utilize it, but I utilize all the Google things. I'm not good at it, I guess.
Fair.
It's just not, they're not intuitively connected. Like there's not a lot of synergy between, like, it's almost like the guys that do the calendar, like their office is in Uzbekistan, and the guys that do Dropbox, their office is like in fucking Italy, and no one communicates. They're just like, oh, we have this thing. Hopefully it works.
Yeah. And then your Google account literally links to everything.
Yeah.
So you don't know what's actually.
But also nothing.
But also nothing at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah. God, I fucking hate it.
This is gonna be the longest podcast about nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
ever
great,
in the history.
Welcome to the 5-on-5.
Yes.
Let's get back on track here.
What we do every week, we compare two artists head to head. Stone's already familiar with the format. I'm just gonna get into it, gentlemen.
Let's go.
This week, I got a pick for us. We're gonna love it or we're gonna hate it. We're gonna know some of the songs or we're not going to. Red Hot Chili Peppers versus MGMT.
Okay.
I mean, I could tell you right now, all of my answers are going to be Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay.
Wait, you got a backup?
Do I have a backup?
Not because I'm the biggest fan of Red Hot Chili Peppers, but I know like 3 MGMT songs, and like they don't really resonate with me anyways. So, but let's go. Let's play.
Yeah, let's play.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's play.
Round 1, gentlemen. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Under the Bridge versus MGMT, Little Dark Age. And we'll start with our guest, Stone.
I'm going to do this like a game show.
Yes.
There it is.
Chili Peppers.
How much did you wager?
Stone picked MGMT for those of you that are not watching on YouTube.
That's not what I did, but go ahead.
Stone's Red Hot Chili Peppers. Neek.
I'm going with Chili Peppers.
That's it? Oh, okay. I thought you froze on us.
No, that's it. That's it. I love MGMT, and I've recently discovered that I don't like as many Chili Pepper songs as I thought I did.
Oh.
I'm going to tell you how disconnected from MGMT I am. I don't even remember the song that we're comparing Under the Bridge to.
Fair. That's fair. That one's a new song.
That's a newer one. It's probably, in my opinion, my favorite.
Is it really?
It's heat. Yeah, it's low key heat. I don't know.
I think Little Dark Age might be my favorite. Yeah,
you might be able to. It's kind of.
I have. Yeah.
Travis.
I mean, sweep it.
Travis got the sweep. Okay. This round should be a little bit closer, I think.
Yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Wait, what was your pick? You know?
So I can't pick since I picked the category, but I would have went Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Got it. Okay.
Next round, Californication versus MGMT Kids. We'll start with Stone.
See, I don't love Californication. So I'm gonna go MGMT this one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna go MGMT this one.
All right.
Yeah.
This is why we play the game, baby.
I mean, yeah, it's interesting.
Neek.
I'm MGMT also. Okay. I think Californication, and it's funny that you picked this because I just recently did like a deep dive on Chili Peppers because I was like, my biggest question are Chili Peppers as good as I think they are?
Are they?
Sure. Like they're good, obviously. Like that's not really the question. It's really just like,
are they overrated?
Yeah. And for me personally, I can't speak for the general public or like anybody else, but like they're not quite like the most original band in the world. Like there's other bands that have done what Chili Peppers did before Chili Peppers.
True.
Obviously didn't get the recognition, but Like, yeah.
What's your opinion on Lenny Kravitz?
I love Lenny Kravitz.
See, I feel like the Chili Peppers and Lenny Kravitz, their trajectory was similar in that like their early work was so good and perfect for that time, like whenever those albums came out. And then as they got deeper, they just kind of started making music for Toyota commercials.
Right. That's what I was gonna get to. Like, that's a fair assessment to make even on Lenny Kravitz. Because I only like in 2019 gave Lenny's first album like a full listen. And I was like, okay, Lenny's deeper than I thought he was. But also this is his first album. So like after that, it's all
also I think he played every instrument on that album, with the exception of maybe one or two. And
he's a multi-instrumentalist.
And the guy that produced the record with him or engineered it with him played some of the instruments. Yeah, that guy's a monster. But yeah,
it's not at all what I thought he was gonna sound like more Beatles. I expected it to be a little more hard rock, but it's really melodic. Anyways, getting off, but like Chili Peppers, like Flea's a beast, don't get me wrong. And I'm an idiot for forgetting the lead's name.
Anthony Kiedis.
Anthony Kiedis. He's singing his ass off. But after a while, we're kind of listening to the same song about the same thing. They have like 3 subject matters. And
they ain't never left California.
Damn, it's kind of the same thing for a lot of albums.
Fairfax High for life.
Yeah. It's just living on Fairfax. That's their whole thing.
What was their answer to, because they had to feel like they were a one-trick pony at one time. And I feel like maybe Under the Bridge was a different version of them.
Under the Bridge.
They were kind of like more punk rock before they went commercial. I don't want to say pop because that blood sugar sex. Oh no, what came out before Blood Sugar Sex Magic? Whatever it was, they were like a little bit more edgy and like punk rock,
harder or whatever.
Yeah. And then they kind of the people found them, or they found the people, whichever however they thought about it. So yeah, I don't know.
And they always had a different guitar player. That's their thing too.
Yeah, well, they had Frusciante for a while, and then he went his own way.
I don't think that was by design. I think that was out of necessity, because Frusciante was just like a fucking mess from what I understand.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of plays a role in like the music.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Travis? And then Will Ferrell plays the drums for them, so that's cool.
Will Ferrell on the drums. Yo, what a fucking weird timeline. Seeing those two drumming together, I saw that on one of the late night shows, and I was just like, that's too much.
Yeah,
it's overdose. Like, it's an overdose of stimulation. It's just a lot.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What's your pick?
Trav.
MGMT. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna sweep that. That's the song. I love that song.
Yeah, that's let me see if I can get this to load here. Yeah, is
and every hip hop artist decide. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Fucking bizarre, man.
It's crazy. I didn't even realize it till that episode. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. I would go with you on MGMT on that, because honestly, that was like such a quintessential. I know we talk about Bloghouse
in that
time. Era.
Yeah.
That was just a go-to, Yeah. A fucking go-to. So let's go to round 3 here. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Can't Stop, or MGMT, Electric Feel. Let's start with Stone.
I mean, you could have said any song, and I probably am going to pick Can't Stop over anything. Such a banger. I think I still play it. Yeah. I used to play that on wax. I have a 45 of it because I couldn't find it anywhere, and I glued it onto a 12-inch just so I could play it. Like, such a banger. Such a banger. I have so many 45s that are probably worth serious dough and they're super rare, just glued onto a 12-inch because carrying a 45 is
That's so sick.
it was not my situation back then.
That's so funny. I was just talking to King Most about that. He's like, during that time, nobody wanted 45s. Now everybody.
It was like a
wants to be
fucking
45.
nuisance.
Nick.
I'm going with Chili Peppers. Can't stop. I think because of that thing I did, I'm like, I'm never listening. I'm probably not. I'm good on the Chili Peppers for a long time, but Can't Stop is one of like, if you had to show an alien what the Chili Peppers sound like, that's what it is.
Yeah.
For sure. I think we put it on like 2 different mixtapes. In fact, like that's how much
you guys played it. Who else? Spider played it a lot.
Yeah, that's a big song. And then when it comes in, like after the buildup, it comes in like white bitches go fucking bonkers for that song.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's A-Punk before A-Punk.
Yeah. Absolutely. Trav?
Chili Peppers, man. This one had a hip hop feel to me when I first heard it. You know,
that's Flea.
Yeah, Flea, and the way that he was singing the song, it's very, very
oh yeah, I guess
early,
like
it's kind of early, like Ty Dolla $ign style, right? Everybody calls Ty Dolla $ign a rapper, but he's really a singer. But it's just the way that he's singing it in a cadence of a rapper.
I could see that because this is like early rap rock.
Mm-hmm.
This is what got, I think, Chili Peppers. Like, I mean, that's
with that LL Cool J song. What was that song?
With LL Cool J and
that
Chili Peppers?
video, that cartoon video.
Oh yeah, that was not Roller Coaster, was it?
It might have been Roller Coaster.
I'm thinking
LL Cool J was on one song with them.
I don't know. I can't think.
I don't even know what fucking song that is.
Yeah, I don't know. You'll have to do a number crunch on that.
LL Cool J and Chili Peppers? I have no clue.
So yeah, this is like early rap rock stuff, and I think that's why Chili Peppers were like, sought after. Like, it was cool enough for hip hop people, but like white people obviously were eating it up. It was sick. Chili Peppers.
And it was like a good BPM. I think it's like 96 or 98, and like everything was popping around 100 back then. So you're mixing it with everything. Yeah. It's a banger.
It's a no-brainer. It's sick.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm getting my videos mixed up. So the video that I was thinking about was I Make My Own Rules.
No idea.
I don't know.
Yeah. Red Hot Chili Peppers and LL. Yeah.
Oh.
What year did that come out?
Duh. You remember it? Everybody loved it.
This was 97.
97.
Damn, Jesus. That's like peak. You feel like we should all know.
Yeah.
Well, it's like it's the end.
Right there.
I'm gonna have to revisit that one.
Yeah, we gotta peep that.
All right, yeah, I don't know that.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I'm the outcast on that one. I would have gone with Electric Feel. But that again, that was one that I was playing in every single DJ set every night in 2009 and 10. 4, gentlemen, round 4, Snow Heyo versus MGMT, Time to Pretend. Let's start with Stone.
Man, I'm gonna go MGMT again. I'm gonna go MGMT again.
Yeah.
This is why we play the game.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised.
Well, he came in super hot. He came in super hot, by the way.
I was like, I mean, I'm split down the middle right now. Like, it's not even, it can go any way.
It can.
It can go any way.
Oh, I love it.
Wait till the lightning round.
Oh
God.
Neek.
MGMT.
Yeah. Travis.
Hey, MGMT, man.
Snow kind of sucks, right? Can we all agree on that?
Yeah, it's not their best foot forward.
No.
And to see that at number 4,
yeah, somehow
it
came up on Spotify
songs,
like that.
It's like the bad version of Can't Stop. Like,
yeah, you play it right after, and you're like,
some of your episodes when you go through the top 5 on Spotify, I'm like, what the fuck is happening at Spotify? Like, what kind of fucking hokey doke jerk shit is happening in Sweden or wherever the fuck they're based out of? That like
this is the non-therapy Stone that we wanted.
Yeah, we love it.
It's
about
slowly
to call
bubbling
Spotify,
up.
Start yelling at them. What are you doing over there?
Frisbee your phone out the window.
You're fucking up the podcast.
Round 5, gentlemen. Other Side versus MGMT When You Die.
Oh, Other Side. Come on.
Yeah.
Can we sweep it?
Yeah.
Can we sweep it?
I'm
Put a
going
mop on it.
MGMT.
Oh, Nick's going MGMT.
Nick.
It's Californication and Other Side are the same song to me.
Dang, let me go ahead and break this broom down, man. Come on.
That's all.
I was real excited.
That's all. I guess
Which is
I
a
like
better song?
I guess we're just choosing this song. I'm still going MGMT.
Wait a minute, have you heard this MGMT song?
I have. You're gonna laugh, but I have all their albums.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
That's fair.
I'm not surprised. Look
Like,
behind you.
I like them.
Songs we thought Red Hot Chili Peppers would have on here. I'll start with "Give It Away."
Yeah. Where was that
Off rip.
Off the rip.
Give It Away. Under the
Roller
Bridge We
Coaster.
Did. Roller Coaster.
Yep.
There's like by your side or
What is it?
Something like that. By the way.
By the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Scar Tissue, I think, is another one.
Scar
Tissue.
Yes, there's a gang of bangers. It's just like, what are you doing in Sweden, Spotify?
Yeah.
Shout out to that Spotify sponsorship, by the way.
Chili Peppers have so many hits.
Yeah.
And that's one thing, like they got a lot of songs that people know.
Yeah,
that
they
is
really
one
do.
thing. Yeah, it's just endless bangers for a long time. They started in what, like 87, 88 maybe?
Like late. I mean,
Yeah.
late 80s. Like
Another band that's like that is Sugar Ray.
Mm.
Yo,
Oh yeah.
yes, the easy to make fun of, but like a lot of hits for like almost a decade.
And they think it's just Mark McGrath.
Yeah, I was obviously we're always aware of Sugar Ray, but you don't understand their impact. I went to go see them at House of Blues because Homicide was like, come hang out. And I was just like, that's a hit, that's a hit, that's a hit, that's a hit. It was like fucking 2 hours of like just bang, not like, oh, this is a good song. Bona fide fucking hit. Like everyone knows the song.
Yeah.
And I walked out of there. I was just like, oh my God, these guys have so many fucking hits. It's bananas.
And now that it's bananas. Like seasoned, it's been time, it's aged. They're kind of cool. Like they're not bad. Like they're cool songs.
Yeah.
Like
once you get rid of music, it's pop rock.
Once you get out of like the annoying, I hear it on the radio every day and it's on a fucking Shrek movie or whatever. Like once you get past all that and that's all not a variable anymore, they're kind of cool songs.
Yeah, it's just music at that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of like Avalanche. Like they use samples and instruments. Like
Avalanche.
They had fucking Supercat on a record. Like fresh.
Like, they're cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Like granted, it's very much manufactured pop music, but it's cool. Like
it's very polished, but
and that's another band that was like a punk rock band before they did whatever they did with that one record.
Would No Doubt fit in that category too?
I was just gonna say No Doubt for sure.
I've been playing a lot of No Doubt.
I think No Doubt was always like that, like Orange County ska kind of punk rock ska band, and they only got away from that because the type of producers they were working with were like, I make this kind of music. And that's the music that they went with just because of the producer they were working with.
Yeah, because Tragic Kingdom was still very much a punk ska album.
Yeah, they still kind of like held on to it for a long time. So I mean, I don't know. Are they in any Toyota commercials? I have no idea.
I wouldn't doubt it. Gwen was.
I feel like that Neptune song.
Yeah.
What about that Neptune song though?
And that's what I was gonna say. Once like they got into the 2000s.
But Hella Good, is that a Neptune song?
Hella Good.
So. That one. Yeah. That one.
Once it got into that era, that's when Pharrell kind of stepped in and they weren't making it wasn't No Doubt anymore. It was Gwen Stefani and Pharrell.
Right.
Also, does it get to a point where you're like so fucking big and so busy and so famous that you can't even make music anymore and you just rely on other people to make music?
I can see that.
You know? Yeah. Like, hey, Pharrell, we're gonna come into the studio for 2 weeks. Let's make 2 songs and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. He was probably just sitting on that beat too and was like, here, fucking take it.
For real.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even imagine how many like just like shelved beats turned into massive fucking bangers. Pharrell's like, oh, what about this one? Or what about this one?
Yeah. Just pull it off the shelf.
Yeah. I think about that clip of Jay-Z when he discovered Dirt Off Your Shoulder.
Yeah.
And
passed up on Potion.
Timberland,
the potion.
Pass Up on Potion.
How do you pass on the potion?
And Timberland played like a half a bar of Dirt Off Your Shoulder. He's like, whoa, let's go back to that one. He's like, oh, okay. And then he plays some Dirt Off Your Shoulder and it's just lights out. It's just game over.
One of the biggest songs in the last 20 years. That's fucking crazy. I would have never passed on the potion. I thought Luda did great though.
I did too.
Yeah.
I would love
and maybe
to hear Jay on that.
Maybe Jay-Z doesn't ride on that song as good as Luda does. Who knows?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
You never know.
That is very
and
true.
then he passed on the Brandy song too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I don't even. Even at the time, like, and I'm a Jay-Z fan. I didn't like Dirt Off Your Shoulder.
I did.
It still gets played for me.
Yeah.
You like it's an automatic. If you play it, it's going off.
Yeah.
But I just I'm not playing it in my car.
I love that song. Like
here's a hot take.
The rock, man.
Here's a hot take. I thought 99 Problems was not as good as you would expect from Rick Rubin and Jay-Z together.
Not so much a hot take.
It sounds like because Rick Rubin isn't a producer the way that we think of a producer, though.
That's fair.
Make the beat.
That is fair.
But if Rick Rubin made beats, to me, that's what it would sound like. That's the type of sample I would expect him to use. So that's Rick Rubin isn't a producer in the way that we see them today. He's a producer in the way that like Quincy Jones is like
an
organizer.
I can get behind that because I can't even think of the last time I played 99 Problems. So
I don't think anybody liked 99 Problems as much as we were told they did.
Me.
Because personally in the car,
the second verse for me. Oh my god!
I thought it was great.
Going back
I don't think anybody in the club really like fucked with it like that.
Yeah, I think probably just because it was new and popular, and Jay-Z was running the world.
Yeah, it's not like a
we have to
song.
like this.
Oh no, it's not a sexy song at all.
No.
But
it's kind of unpolished.
It's not as
kind of
it's just a peak song, I guess. It should have. It's cool. But I don't know if it's a club song.
There was 12. There was 12 better songs on that album.
For sure.
I would put Allure above that.
Oh, any day.
But I mean,
any day.
You know. Gentlemen, let's get into the lightning round. Stone, these questions are only for you. You pick one. The other you have to delete from your Serato for the rest of your life.
I don't actually have to delete it, right?
No, you don't have to.
No, you do.
And you have to show us.
Let's start with a couple weeks ago. Main Source or Gangstar?
I'm gonna go Gangstar.
Okay. Mace or Drew Hill?
Oh, Mace all day. My favorite Jiggy rapper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ashanti or Sierra?
I'm gonna go Sierra.
Diana Ross or Donna Summer?
Diana Ross.
Lil' Kim or Foxy Brown?
Little Kim.
Lauryn Hill or Shaka Khan?
Oh, Shaka Khan. Who's Lauryn Hill? What are you talking about? I mean, when you're like you can't. It isn't even a question, right? Shaka Khan against her, like Shaka Khan all day.
Listen, that's what you said about the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
That is very true. Yeah.
Method Man or Red Man?
Oh man, both? Can I have both? Can I have them as a duo?
Especially the way you acted about the last one? Absolutely not.
No, it's going to be Red Man. He's on my Mount Rushmore of rappers.
Oh wow,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Can we hear the Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, let's hear that.
Yep.
I mean, it evolves. Redman's always on the Mount Rushmore. It's going to be Redman, Slick Rick, Nas, Rakim, and I can't really. I can't really. I don't have a fifth right now. Heavy D. Heavy D and Redman are always are staples. Heavy D always.
Yeah,
yes, that's cool. I like the Heavy D inclusion.
Heavy D. Like if you listen to what he's like, he was so versatile, and his raps, like as corny as they appear on the surface, like they're just so dope. They're so dope.
I have this theory. I have this thing where I say Heavy D is early Drake.
That's fair. That is fair. That is fair.
Same image.
Yep.
Like
overweight lover. Overweight lover. Certified lover boy. Yes, it's the same.
Same image.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like making like pretty sing-songy songs that women like, but like dudes can still get with.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy D.
Yeah, I was resistant of Drake for a long time, and then I finally gave in. I was like, this guy can't stop. Like it just I can't.
That's how Nick was too, right?
Yeah.
I can't hate on him. Like I cannot. There are a couple of joints I was like, oh, this is good, but fuck Drake, and like I still played it or whatever. Every Girl was like such a banger for me. But yeah, I just one day I was just like, and I don't remember what it was. Something came out and I was just like, I get it. I fucking get it. Drake, man. I get it.
I literally had the same experience.
I think everyone did. It was the same with Skrillex. There was a lot of Skrillex backlash for a long time in the dance community. And then he just kept putting shit out, and you were getting bombarded, beat over the head with it. And you're like, if you can't beat him, you know,
I don't think I was beat into submission. I just think I realized like his offering is so diverse, and they're just fucking good, man. Mm-hmm. Like they're just fucking good.
Yeah.
And that was it. It was just, yeah. I ride for Drake.
I really wanted to rock with Drake in the beginning and couldn't. I tried because there was all this talk, because he was using like Little Brother, like Ninth Wonder beats, and he was talking about how he thought Little Brother was the illest. So I was like, okay, this kid, like in all his interviews, like says he likes the same things I like, and I'll listen to his mixtapes and be like, what is he doing to these like perfect songs? Like, I hate this. This can't be the result of the same fandom as me. So I just couldn't get with it. And then I don't know, I think just recently I was just like, fuck, some of it's good. It is what it is. Like, it's just, I can't be the person who's like unbiasedly will listen to pop music and be like, okay, I get it, and then not like not appreciate Drake. So
right.
Yeah, you're still a little resistant. I'm like full fan. I'm like fan. like I'll drive to his house in Calabasas and try to hang out with him. I'm all in on Drake.
Drake, it's me.
Yeah. Hey man.
Let's go with this one. Belle Biv DeVoe or Guy?
Belle Biv DeVoe for sure. They're just too important to my youth.
Fair. Egyptian Lover or The Whispers?
Oh, The Whispers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah. T.I. or Ray Shremmerd?
I'm gonna go with T.I., but reluctantly, because in the recent discussions of no one can go up against Jay-Z in a versus, someone was like, oh, but what about T.I.? And I was just like, what the fuck planet do you live on? What do you mean?
Of all people.
I'm going to go with T.I. I don't even think Wayne has a shot. Like, there's just no way.
I don't either, but that's the one everybody says. I guess he's close. He had a really good run, but
you could pick one song from every Jay-Z album and crush anyone. Like, just pick any one song. Not any one song. Obviously, you have to be strategic, but yeah, it's the guy cannot be faded.
I think Wayne's the closest, but like I don't personally have it. Like I'm a Jay-Z guy.
Yeah.
Is it kind of crazy that people were comparing Nas and Jay-Z for so long?
No.
Because
because Nas got fucking lapped as his career continued.
Yep.
Oh yeah, but I think it was more from like a lyricist standpoint. Yeah, yes. I don't think they were. I think that the layperson was probably comparing like album to album, and it's like, well, look how many hits Jay-Z has versus Nas, and it's like, well, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about who's the better lyricist.
Battle.
Yeah.
Head to head song. Yeah.
Like just some rap shit.
Would that even be close though?
If it was some rap, just purely on some rap shit, Jay-Z and Nas, absolutely. That's
yeah. Super close. I mean, you might not even be able to declare a winner. It would just go on for eternity.
Because I'm gonna say it.
Oh boy,
I kind of feel Ether over Takeover, but I love Takeover.
Yeah,
I can't really stand fully behind it though. But yeah,
I think Ether is like the greatest diss track ever.
It was great. I love Takeover.
Good job.
Yeah,
it's that and like The Bridge Is Over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Cry Me a River also.
Oh, what about No Vaseline? Hey, yes.
No Vaseline.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you on Cry Me a River. Hold on. Thank you on Cry Me a River. Thank you. Because I was riding hard on Cry Me a River, and these boys are, come on, y'all. Why Cry Me a River? He's a distant.
Because I didn't know.
Was that my stance? I don't think that was my stance.
Everybody got on me about Cry Me a River.
Well, because you were like good on him. Like he overcame some sort of hurdle. Like
he did. You saw the video.
Britney Spears didn't fucking make a diss track about Justin Timberlake.
Nick, you're talking to a man that was at the Man in the Woods concert.
We're in the woods, bro. I was in the woods.
Justin Timberlake made a song about heartbreak. He just so happened to give details about his relationship with the previous woman. That's all it was. It was just a heartbreak song.
Yeah, that's like it.
You guys are all taking it out of context. It's just simply a heartbreak song.
That's it. Now the video, on the other hand,
that's a diss video.
Driving the point home. We do have to get through this lightning round.
Yeah, sorry.
We're gonna Stone, Kendrick Lamar or Kenny Loggins?
Kenny Loggins.
Okay. Roots or NERD?
Roots.
Okay. Queen or David Bowie?
Oh, I'm gonna say Queen.
Okay. Jay-Z or Bruce Springsteen?
What a weird one. Jay-Z.
Okay. Wanted to see if anyone could dethrone Jay-Z tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. Timberlake or Usher?
Oh, God.
Oh. This is a true bottle service DJ question right here.
I love it.
Who's made you more money?
So many good Usher songs on that first album.
Yeah. Or second album. Let's go second album.
My Way is sick.
My Way is sick.
I'm gonna go Timberlake.
Okay.
Timberlake. Yeah.
Okay.
It's because of the Man in the Woods. Let's go. Keep it moving.
No,
Keep it moving.
Yeah. Quickly.
No. Keep moving.
All right, 3 more, and then we'll end the exit. We'll end the lightning round here, the exit round. Sade or Aaliyah?
Sade.
Earth, Wind, and Fire or Chic?
Chic. Oh my God. Chic and like Chic adjacent and like Chic production. Like yeah. Come on.
Chic adjacent. We like to end the lightning round with this question every week. Hall & Oates or Outkast?
I heard this once on one of your podcasts, and I was very confused by it, and I didn't know that it's I didn't recognize that it's a constant. Okay, remind me of the rules. I have to delete all of their music.
Yes, you gotta delete it from.
See how he's buying time. See how he's buying time on this question.
You gotta choose the one you want to keep in your Serato, and the other one has to go. You can't listen to them ever again.
Hall & Oates or Andre 3000 and Big Boy?
I'm gonna get rid of Hall & Oates. I'm gonna ride with Outkast.
Hey.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Yeah,
that's a hard one. But in '94, when that Outkast record came out, it was so important to like my daily life. I have to ride with Outkast.
That's fair. That's fair. I know that's tearing you up though, as much as you like Hall & Oates.
Yeah, because Hall & Oates is funky fresh too, right? Like, but if I have to spend the rest of my life without one of them, I think I could live without Hall & Oates.
That's fair.
But I don't like it.
Outside of rappers, I think Hall & Oates might be rap music's favorite duo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a footage of the outside of like one of the first Hall & Oates concerts. I don't know where it is, maybe New York or something. And there's famously a bunch of African American women who are like, "Oh, I didn't even know they were white. I thought they were black dudes." Which
that's so tight.
Tells you all you need to know about Hall & Oates. Like,
that's so sick.
Put Bobby Caldwell right up there with him too.
Right.
Yeah.
And Michael McDonald
up for Hall & Oates.
even though I think black women knew Michael McDonald was white, they're like, "Oh no, he black."
Yeah. Everybody was still cool with Michael McDonald.
Yeah.
Rick Astley.
That was one. A lot of people thought he was black too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I
only know Never Gonna Give You Up.
Yeah. Well, you saw the video first, huh?
No, I mean, I guess I grew up with the song like playing in my life. I thought it was cool, like as a kid. But then like Rick rolling happened, and I was like, get this out of my life.
You have to imagine though, at that time, there was no streaming or anything.
Right.
So people heard that song and they bought the fucking album and had to sit through a whole Rick Astley album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't even know what that. I've never heard that whole album.
Never heard that album. I couldn't even tell you what the cover looks like.
Too Sexy for My Shirt and Never Gonna Give You Up, I think, open with very similar drum rolls.
Do they really?
And so every time I got rickrolled, I always
don't tell Stone this.
This
is going on the new mix.
No, I would never put that song on a mixtape.
So I would rickroll myself because I thought Too Sexy was coming on. I was like, oh, not too. Oh,
that's funny.
That's oh my god.
God. I do have a really good Justin Timberlake Right Said Fred mix though, but whatever.
With Cry Me a River and Too Sexy.
It's with My Love.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I do want to talk about some DJ shit. Since we have you here, Stone. Okay. You have navigated this fiery shit show of DJing and bottle service for a very, very long time. So I want to kind of talk through the decades of you doing this, from the beginning until currently.
Okay.
How did it start?
God, the story used to be, and this is how I remembered it for a long time. My parents are divorced, so I'd see my dad, I think, every other weekend or something like that. And part of the weekend was we go to Blockbuster and he rents a movie he wants me to see, and I rent the movie that I want him to see.
Oh, dope.
So my mom wouldn't let me watch Juice, so I rented it because my dad had no fucking idea what it was. And when I watched it, I was like, "Oh, that's what I want to be doing. I want to be doing that thing." But the actual genesis of DJing, I grew up with a friend of mine whose dad he's a pretty prominent jazz musician, and he had records obviously and turntables, and we listened to hip hop music, and we knew that this tool made some of the sounds on these records. We just didn't know how to do it. So we were fucking around trying to do that. And I think with that plus Juice, I was like, oh, that's what they're doing. I think that was the connective, the moment of like connection. And then I went and got turntables and started DJing and figured it out.
Let me ask you this.
What year was that?
I got my turntables in 1992, December 1992.
Now, was it the scene of him putting on those gloves?
No, it was
what got me.
No, it was identifying realizing that when he does this to the record, it's making that sound. So I was like, oh, that's the sound. That's it. And I mean, this predates any internet shit or anything like that. So like, how do you find out about DJs, right? So I would have to watch these hip hop videos, and instead of watching the guys in the front, I was watching the guy in the back and seeing what that guy's up to. And then I kind of was like, okay, I think I want to try. I don't know what it is. I still don't know what it is. I'm still not 100% sure what it is, but I want to try this thing. And that was it.
That's so tight.
Yeah.
What was your first big break as far as that goes?
So I mean, I was a freshman in high school. So the first time I actually DJ'd outside of my house was in high school. There was this kid who's all of his older cousins, he's a Mexican kid, all of his older cousins and uncles were all DJs. Like there was like 6 DJs in the family. And he's like, yo, I'm having a party at my house. Come by, bring some records, and we're going to DJ. And I ended up doing 0 DJing because these guys were playing the freshest music I'd never heard in my life. Like all like the OG, like Mexican LA shit. And I might have done a little bit of DJing. But that was like the first time that I was actually exposed to DJing, because I was completely self-taught before that. So unless you came to my house after school or on the weekends, you didn't know that I had 2 turntables and a bunch of records, because it wasn't like, oh, I'm a DJ. Like I didn't identify as a DJ. It's just something I did in my downtime. So this dude knew I had records that come play. So that was my first exposure. And then after that, I think the first time I actually DJ'd for people was at this nightclub called the Roxbury, which is based off the movie Night at the Roxbury.
Oh, wow.
And DJ Cool Whip, who had no business ever even giving me this shot, but we had a mutual friend, and he was like, yeah, come by and play some records, like whatever. I got co-signed by DJ 5 Star, who's his dad's a family friend, and I went to his house and we fuck around a little bit. And Cool was like, yeah, come by, come play some records. And I came up with this set that I wanted to do that was like a weird East Coast, West Coast, like who done it better set. Which cool. Was like the opposite of what needed to happen, because this was just like people who wanted to fucking party. So I'm playing like Get Money into like the Pac one where he rides over Get Money, and then like New York over LA, like the CNN shit, like just like not what was supposed to happen. But Cool Whip was gracious and generous, and he was like, yeah, that was cool, man. And that was the first time I DJ'd in a nightclub. And after I did what I did and I paid attention to what he did afterwards, I was like, oh, yeah, I did not do what was supposed to happen. that wasn't it. And then after that, it was just like, pick up a little gig here, pick up a little gig there. And then, then we are here. I'm on a podcast.
How'd you hook up with Graham?
Graham and I fell in love 2003, 2004, because we were all still on Wax at the time. I got on Serato April 25th, 2005. And I only know that because the songs at the end of my iTunes are April 25th, 2005. So it had to be 03, 04. We got connected through a guy who is we don't talk to anymore. And we both were just kind of like, oh, we have similar interests and our philosophy on DJing is the same, and we're both into fresh shit, and we just kind of forged a friendship from there. And then we did the first DJ crew, which didn't work out, the Ape Froman Showman, and then that was with a bunch of people, and then we started the Captains of Industry because we were always the fucking coolest guys anyways, and that's where we're at now. Caps Por Vida.
I love it.
Yeah.
That kind of predate. So when you started DJing, that predated like Bottle Service and the Cheese Ball whole experience and all that.
Yeah.
At that point, when Bottle Service started to become a thing, the rates went up, right? Because I know out in LA and everything, AM was kind of raising the rates, right?
Kinda. It was a lot of things happened around the same time that that drove rates up. Like before, I'd get $100 a night, $50 a night. If I got $200 a night, it was like fucking balling. And if this is late 90s, early 2000s. If you're making $200 3-4 nights a week, that's big money back then. But there was bottle service, there was Serato, there was people, DJs leaving town, like leaving LA, leaving New York, which helped your rate go up, because I would have to say, I can't do your party for X dollars because I'm going to San Diego, or I'm going to San Francisco for Y dollars, and it just doesn't make sense. So if someone's like, well, I want you to play every Saturday, that would drive the money up. And then AM, obviously. He started making, he was driving the rates up before bottle service like fully got a grasp of nightlife, because he was, you know, with Nicole Richie and super fucking famous. So he would be like, I need $1,000 a night, which at the time was fucking unheard of. And they'd say, well, we can't do it. Who else do you got? And then he'd say, well, you can call Stone, you can call whoever. And then I'd go from I was probably making 500 a night at that point. They wouldn't pay the 1,000, but they'd pay 7. So now I'm getting 7 to do something I would have happily done for 400 or 500.
Right.
And as the week is stacked, if someone's like, yo, I want you to come do the new club on Saturday, well, I'm making 700 here. Like, what are you gonna give me to leave? Like, this money's guaranteed. Your club could be closed in 30 days. And then that all those things kind of added to the rate. Obviously AM was a massive part of it, but yeah, bottle service, when bottle service came around, now you can justify paying someone $1,000 a night. Whereas the only reason why AM was asking for $1,000, $1,500 was because he was famous. But once they started selling bottles, then the nightclub could afford to pay those rates for whoever was worthy of those rates.
Did you have management at that time, or were you navigating this by yourself?
Graham and I started our own management company. So, and that was out of necessity, because we were so busy and we were giving gigs to so many of our homies that we were like, well, let's like get a little bit back, and like, let's control this a little bit. So when we started the Captains of Industry, we also started the Koi Pond, COI Pond, which we had, I mean, I think I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we put Ross One on. Graham met him out in Miami, and we were the first management company that he was under. We had Adam 12, we had White Shadow, we had Bobby French, we had Marshall Barnes, we had Evil One, we had
Scout.
No, we didn't have Scout. Can't think of who else was on there, but yeah, we put on a lot of guys that maybe would have gotten put on eventually, but we were the first at it. And then after a few years of that, Graham and I were spending too much time on helping other people get gigs that the Captains suffered, so we left. We had a third partner, and we basically gave it to her and said, here, you take the management company, we're out. We went to Dexstar, and we had a 6-month minimum commitment to them, and we fired them on 6 month and 1 days. So that's what all I'll say about that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Was Vegas in play at that time, or was that before?
Vegas was in play. So my first Vegas gig was a pool party at the Palms. I was on Wax, so it had to be 2004.
Rehab.
No, Rehab was
not
at
Rehab.
Hard Rock.
That's Hard Rock.
Yeah.
Palms was Ditch.
They didn't have Ditch yet. It was just a party. It was just like a DJ at the pool. But I was on Wax, and DJ ROB, who was the music director there, shout out to ROB, like the guy is the best. He was like, I knew that I knew that I was going to be hiring you for more gigs when, one, I saw you roll up with 4 crates of records to a fucking Vegas pool party, and 2, when your first record was Frankie Lyman and the Boys, Why Do Fools Fall in Love? I was like, I didn't have to hear anything else. Because I had no point of reference of like what happens in Vegas, because I didn't go to Vegas. I didn't really go out. So I didn't, and I don't know that at the time there was like a Vegas sound. But it was definitely, you know, play popular music, because that's these people, you're playing for the lowest common denominator. And I'm like cool LA guy who's playing for fucking celebrities or whatever, and I'm like, I'm gonna just do my fucking thing, and if they like it, great. If they don't, they can suck my dick. I'll go home and make the same money anyways. And it ended up working out. So Vegas was in play at this time. I don't think Graham had his 40 Deuce residency around then also, because he was still on wax. He bought 2 sets of like basically the main set music. He would buy 2 sets. So one he'd leave in Vegas and one he had in LA, rather than schlepping back and forth. And then he'd have like the 1 crate that he'd fill for whatever filler stuff. So he was the first one of us, him and I, to get a residency in Vegas through 40 Deuce. And then the Palms, I'd play at the Palm at Rain every now and then. And then they opened the new tower, and they were like, you know, Graham plays at Playboy, Stone plays at Moon. And then, that was all she wrote after that.
Now, when were you guys hired together as captains of the industry during this time?
It didn't really start happening until a few years of us like branding ourselves.
Gotcha.
It was less like this is a business model, and more just power in numbers. Like if he represents one thing and I represent the same thing. That was the idea with the Ape Roman Showman. There was 6 of us, and we were more powerful together than we were on our own. And I mean, say what you want, but like the scam takeovers, that came from the Ape Roman Showman, because what we would do is we would contact a nightclub in, let's say, fucking Kansas City, Missouri, Blonde, which doesn't exist anymore, and they would have a big party on Sunday nights. So we would call and say, okay, we want to own your Sundays for the year, and every week another DJ would go. So this is when people started importing outside talent to keep the money that was going to Vegas or going to LA or going to New York, keep it in their city. So they would bring in the guys that played in LA, New York, and Vegas or whatever, to keep people there. So Ape Roman Showman, me, Vice, 5, Obi-Wan, Graham, and Cobra. And I mean, that was a fucking powerhouse.
Damn, shout out to Obi-Wan.
Some people say that was the first like open format nightlife DJ crew, like powerhouse. And then it ultimately imploded because Ape Roman Showman had their management, and then 3 guys, 5, Vice, and Obi, had Sujit. And it became a problem because we were getting them more money than Sujit was getting. So Sujit would be like, you guys are fucking up the money. And in reality, he was fucking up the money because we were getting them more money.
Right.
So, but and we were just like, look, this is our 1 year, 5 year, 10-year plan. If you want to get behind this, great. If not, we totally get it. And they ultimately chose Sujit, which great for Vice, great for 5. I think Obi was living for a long time. I don't even know if he DJs anymore. And then, and yeah, that's it. And then that's how Graham and I basically took that model that we wanted to do with the Ape Roman Showman and just did it with the 2 of us, which is, I think, a little bit easier because there's less personalities to deal with. And him and I really are like a married couple. Like, we've never gotten into a fight or an argument about anything. The biggest argument is like, where do we line up the songs on the mixtape? Like, is this actually the one, or is the one over here? And those are the arguments that we have. But yeah, that was it. What was the question? I don't remember. Did I answer the question?
Yeah, you answered it.
Yeah.
You did. Okay.
I caught I used to catch a lot of your guys' sets back when you were at Trist. I bust tables there while you guys had your residency there.
Okay.
So those parties were killer.
Yeah. I mean, we at the end of the day, like you can criticize me for whatever you think that I do, but at the end of the day, like nothing I did was ever to the detriment of the party or the event. So yeah, I mean, I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, I used.
Yeah, I mean, just as a guy there putting juice on a table, like it was killer. I don't
putting juice on a table.
I used to have you guys' mixtapes.
What do you mean boys, used to? You don't have them anymore?
Man, there's somewhere stored up. Man. I didn't put them on MP3.
I'm out of here.
I am sorry, man. I am sorry.
This is over.
No, you guys blew my mind because I was club promoting at the time in Portland, and of course, Evil One was my favorite DJ. I was like, yo, what the fuck is he doing? How is he throwing down like all these different genres and stuff and just making it work? And then of course, Jamal and Amir introduced me to Captains of the Industry and gave me you guys' mixtape and just like, yo, watch this video, a video you guys on YouTube, just partying on boats and stuff. And yeah, that blew my mind. So yeah,
our mixtapes. Thank you. That's I can't tell you how many hours we've spent on those fucking things and got nothing in return other than kind words like that. But yeah, those mixtapes, with the exception of the first one, which makes me cringe, but it was also the first time I ever made a mixtape. We spend a lot of time on them, and I think they still hold up because I'll listen to them periodically. And I'm like, man, this fucking thing is still really good. And it's hard. I think it's hard to listen to your own projects or like revisit them and not have not be critical. But like I listen to them like, the exception of that one fucking snare we missed, this is a fucking good mixtape, man.
I think the Ditch mixtape is the greatest DJ mixtape of all time. That's
you sent me that one not that long ago, and it was great.
Yeah, a lot of people say that, and then everyone, you could tell a lot about a person without talking to them when they just tell you which one of their mixtapes is their favorite of ours, because each one's a little bit different. I think Trabajo 3 and Trabajo 4 are similar-ish, but like Trabajo 2 is more EDM. You know, Ditch Fridays is its own thing. The Yacht Rock one is its own thing. So yeah, you could tell a lot of like my old family. They're like, yeah, that one with all that like boating music, that one's real good. Like, yeah. Figured that's the one you'd like.
What is your favorite?
Out of all of them?
Yeah.
Oh man, it depends on my mood. It really depends. Ditches. I've been listening to the Yacht Rock one a lot. I still listen to it. Like if I have nothing to listen to, I'll throw it on. Like, this thing's fucking good, man. This thing is really tight.
Hell yeah.
But like, so, I mean, when I do listen to them and I think back about like what we went through to make some of these mixes happen. There's on No Mas, we have Drake for Free. Shout out to Drake. And then we have Shaka Khan, Ain't Nobody underneath it. Now, the mix it's a mix I do live, and it sounds fine, but we kept repeating the drum roll on Shaka Khan, and there's synth in the drum roll. And Graham's like, we can't use it. It sounds like shit. Like we can't use it. And I agree with him, because if you do it in a nightclub, it comes and goes, and no one hears it. When it lives in perpetuity and people can revisit it, they're going to scrutinize the thing. So I really had to go. We had to go find a Lindrum that they used to produce the song and recreate. Wow. I mean, if you go listen to it, it's literally just the drum roll at the top of Shaka Khan Ain't Nobody. And we had to recreate that to make that mix work for us. No one else. No one would have noticed it except for us.
No one.
Not one fucking person. But that's the kind of shit that we would do on these mixtapes just to get the thing tight. Yeah, I mean, we replayed a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff, and no one's ever gonna fucking notice. No one's gonna know. You would have never known that. that I took
There's no way to EQ out an instrument. Of course not. So you just fucking make it.
Yeah.
You can't. You just got to fucking recreate it. And
that's the true test of a DJ, because that's something that would keep you up at night and be like, you know what, we could just do it if we could just do it that way.
Mm-hmm. That's why that first mixtape, I don't like to listen to it, because there's so much shit that I'm like, now we know better. We didn't know at the time, but now we know better. And it's like, oh, it sounds so bad. But that first one is a lot of people's favorites, and I'm not gonna say, oh no, it's not a good one.
Yeah,
it is what it is. I didn't know better, and now we know better.
Man. At the
now we put out masterpieces.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, without a doubt. I love that. I say it. I'll say it again. Listen to the Ditch mixtape. For everyone listening to this podcast, go to the Captain's Mixcloud, and listen to it. It's my favorite mix. I've worn that thing out multiple times. The height of your touring and running and coast to coast and Vegas and all of that, how many nights would you say you were on a week?
Obviously it varied.
Yeah.
But I will tell you that there was one summer where it's the summer of Nervous Breakdown #1, where I worked 70 something days straight.
Whoa.
And I was on a plane. I think I was on like 60 flights or something like that. Something fucking crazy. And I ended up I was at the tail end of it, right before the Nervous Breakdown. I was in San Diego. I hired my friend to drive down with me, because the next morning at like 6 a.m. I was flying to Kansas City to play, and my flight was out of LAX. Don't ask me why. I don't know. So I was like, there's no way I'm going to make it driving through the night. So I paid this guy. I said, come hang out. Don't get drunk. Get your dick sucked. I don't care. But we just got to be at LAX by 5 a.m., 6 a.m., whatever it was. So I'm playing in San Diego. I'm like just fucking one espresso after another, like no booze. And I like collapse. I fall on the floor, and my friend's like, he revives me. I don't know what he did, gave me CPR or whatever. And I was like, what the fuck happened? He goes, I don't know, you just fell. Okay, so I keep DJing. I get to San Diego. I get to Kansas City the next day. I get rip-roaring drunk, which is probably not good. The next morning I wake up and I'm like, I'm not leaving Kansas. I'm not getting on another fucking plane. I won't do it. And I canceled everything, and I stayed in Kansas City in a hotel room, did not leave for 7 days with the curtains drawn. Like, so, at the height of it, I was probably working, six nights a week. There were days that I would work Friday night in San Francisco, fly into Vegas for a day party, fly out to Arizona Saturday night, fly back to Vegas Sunday for a day party. Like, it was fucking bananas. Like, it was really insane. Damn. And I wish that upon no one.
Yeah. I was going to ask, at what point was that the point where you realized I got to lighten it up, or did you keep powering through on that schedule?
No, I just kept going, because like Graham says, he's like, you never know when this is going to end. So just hungry hippo your way through it, get as many white balls as you can. And then when it ends, it ends, because no one knew, like, when is the well going to dry up? And so I have fucking breakdown #1, chill, and then reset and just go, and just kept going. There was no moment until recently, the last, I guess it's, last 2014 or something like that, but it wasn't until I had to stop. But anyways, it wasn't until recently that I was like, I can't do this. Like, I can't be on this schedule. It's just not, it's not sustainable. And it isn't.
Yeah.
It isn't.
Not at all.
No.
Damn.
Even without drinking and without all that shit, I'd never done any drugs. But even without all that, like, you're still in a pressurized flying tube on zero sleep, going from city to city to city to city, staying up all night. Your days are flip flop because you sleep all day. Like, it's fucked. It's not good.
Was Graham right there with you doing that kind of schedule?
Oh yeah. Yeah. His work ethic trumps mine like tenfold. Like that guy would be writing a script, giving notes on someone else's script, DJing all night long. Like the guy is just a workhorse. I could never maintain the schedule that guy keeps.
Damn.
Yeah.
At what point did you realize it's time to pivot?
Well, it was kind of at a necessity. So I had the opportunity to, I always knew that the next phase was going to be real estate development. And I had the opportunity to start that. And I was still DJing a lot and also looking for projects and managing projects. And I quickly realized like, I can't do both because I have to be in LA to manage these projects. But more importantly, properties would sell so fast that 24 hours, 48 hours, property comes and goes. So someone can email me on a Thursday, like, hey, I have this property. Great. I'll check it out on Monday. Saturday, it's gone. So that kind of forced my hand a little bit to where I couldn't keep the same schedule. And then as you know, the other stuff, real estate development and everything kind of took precedent. And I got farther away from traveling like that. I couldn't physically do it anymore. like I just wasn't conditioned for it. Once you get a taste of sleep, it's really hard to break
to take it away.
That. Yeah. I mean, even now, like I'll go DJ somewhere locally and I'm done at 2. I get home 2:30, 2:15, 2:30, got to walk the dog. By the time I wind down, it's like 3:15. And then I got to get up at 6 o'clock. And it's like, I can't do it. I do it because I love it, but it sucks.
Not like something you can just keep going on.
Yeah, no. Now, if the checks got fucking crazy for some reason, like if Graham and I finally sell our TV show, I might have to take off my retirement hat, semi-retirement hat. But even then I think about it, I'm like, I mean, am I really going to go and do that again at 43 years old for money? Like money's great, but like, what's the real expense here? Like I'm killing myself. So even that fantasy is like, well, is it really a fantasy or is it a fucking nightmare?
Yeah,
right. It's just a nightmare all over again with just more money. Like I don't know what it is.
Vegas poolside, 120 degrees, computers melting down on you.
12 crates.
Yeah, 12 crates. Yeah. Bring it back.
Bad. Fuck that.
Yeah, I want to kind of touch on that pivot too because you could offer up some sage advice. A lot of DJs kind of only see what's in front of them, kind of see that 4, 5, 6 nights a week. Any advice for the long term? Well,
I mean, like none of us, when I started DJing, when Graham started DJing, most of us, I don't know how old you guys are, but most of us were 40 and up. We started playing because we loved it and we were playing for, free beer, maybe $50, right? Or like if it was close to a restaurant or attached to a restaurant, free food and, free booze or whatever. So no one knew the heights that we would reach. I didn't think I was going to be 30 DJing. Like I left college. I was pre-med in college. I left college because I was like, well, I want to do this now because I'm not going to be doing this when I'm 30. And no one knew like what was going to happen. So I feel like now the biggest problem is the reason why people start DJing. Like, why are you actually doing this? If you stop making money tomorrow, are you still going to buy records? If you're buying records, are you still going to research music? Are you still going to like practice? Not that anyone really practices anymore, but are you still going to have turntables? Or are you going to be the guy that just sells everything because you're not passionate about it? I mean, I still buy records. I don't know why, but I still fucking buy records like an idiot. I still play records at the house. Like it's part of me. Like, and I don't see any point in my life where I'm not going to have some DJ set up within, a few feet of where I'm sitting. So I think the biggest issue is, why are you DJing? And if it's for genuine and noble reasons, then you don't have a problem, because if it stops tomorrow, just go get a job at Starbucks, or just go do whatever the thing that you're passionate about is, like the next thing that you're passionate about, fucking knitting or whatever it is. But if you have this thing where you have to be, you know, the headline guy, or the music festival guy, or famous guy, or whatever it is, that doesn't happen. That's lightning. That's even more rare than lightning in a bottle. And it's not easy. And you're going to get hung up on that. Mm-hmm. And that's going to be your biggest obstacle to pivot. It wasn't easy for me to pivot. I mean, I tried to hold on to both, but I had to make the decision, like, okay, am I going to do this thing that I know is the next episode, or am I going to hang on to this thing that is fun and I enjoy doing it, but also, like, how long can I really do it? Mm-hmm. So if you can get out of your own way, I think that's step one. And then step two is just figure out what the next thing is. You know, I mean, I'm super lucky that I was able to do exactly what I wanted to do, mm-hmm. but you know, maybe you got to go eat shit for a few years and set yourself up for the next thing. Maybe you have to do both. Like, if it requires going to school or whatever, like it's not sexy, but you might have to go back to school and learn the thing, and also DJ, because you got to pay bills, and maybe you have a mortgage, and maybe you have some kids or whatever. And it's all about just getting out of your own way. Like, you just have to get out of your own way.
And you've made it a point now to play gigs that are only fun for you, right? For a while now.
Yeah.
For what, the last more than 5 years?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it was when I first decided that I was going to focus on real estate, I just like stopped DJing. Like, I just wasn't taking any gigs. I was done. I was like, I need to do this thing. I need to focus on this. I need to set this up. And then when I came back, 6 months or something like that, then I came back and I was still taking shitty gigs, but the difference was I was choosing to take those shitty gigs. Mm-hmm. I didn't have to take them. Or better way to phrase it is, I was choosing to be there. So whether the gig was amazing or shit, or I thought it was going to be amazing and it ended up being shit, didn't matter, because I chose to be there. So if I thought I was going to play fucking disco records all night long, and they're like, no, we just want to hear bad 0 BPM rap songs, it is what it is. I chose to be here. I'm going to play the 0 BPM rap songs, and that's the end of that. Mm-hmm. And then from there, I was just kind of like, well, why am I even playing that game? Like, why am I still rolling the dice? Like, let me just do shit that I know is going to be fun, and I know the crowd is receptive to what I do, or the operators know what I do, and they're like, yeah, come do the thing. Because there are places that wanted to pay me a lot of money to go play because the owners or the whatever loved me, but I knew that the crowd isn't for what I do. Mm-hmm. Not that I do anything exotic, but like, I definitely play some other shit.
That's how I felt at Underground. I felt that way every time you and I worked together at Underground, where I was like, man, we could have had so much more fun if we could really just do our thing. You know?
Yeah. So then at that point, I was just kind of like, okay, I'm only going to do stuff that's super fun. And now I'm like, I don't even want to get on a fucking plane. Yeah. I just will play at a place with 100 people, 15 minutes from my house. There's a Mike B spot, the Friend, I play out there sometimes, or the Little Friend in Venice. And it's super fun. And like, the guy that owns it, not Mike B, his partner, he's like, I know exactly what you do. I don't have a budget for you. If you want to come play. I was like, dude, honestly, I'll pay you to have fun. And I go and I make sure I don't step on anyone's money, and I have a good time, and that's the end of that. And that's how I get my fix. Well, although I am going to Sacramento at the end of January.
Oh,
yeah.
Of all places.
I'm playing at Mix. I mean, I have a good time up there. The guy that owns those places, Brian Bassett, he runs a tight ship, and he knows exactly who needs to play for his audience. Mm-hmm. And there's no micromanaging, and no one says shit to you. And I could fucking play 2 hours of dance hall, and they would get off on it, and no one would say a fucking word to me. Mm-hmm. So he hit me up a couple weeks ago. He's like, you want to come play in the new year? And so I'm going to go to Sacramento. But Sacramento is an easy flight. It's like an hour or whatever, 40 minutes.
Are you done? You're done with Vegas?
I mean, if there was something fun, I'd go. you know, I have business in Vegas, so there's more than one reason to be out there for me. But I don't, you know, I played at Commonwealth a couple times. That was super fun, but they haven't called. I played at what else is fun? I mean, really just fuck Commonwealth, but I don't really know. I'm not like in the trenches, so I don't know what the cool fun shit is to do out there. But yeah, I'd go if there was something where I could play some fun shit. I'd definitely go.
Neek's got a little something.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, if disco records are your thing, man.
I just play fun music, man. I just play like whatever's good and fun. Like that's really always been my thing. Whether it's from 1950 or 2010, like good music is good music.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know, some would say that music, the last, I don't know, 10, 15 years of music is pretty disposable. Whereas like you still get a reaction out of some of these records from fucking 50 years ago, 40 years ago, 30 years ago. So I don't know. I never felt I was doing anything wrong.
Right.
And even when I was getting fired early on, I'd get fired from gigs because I like disco records. I like 80s records. I like hip hop records. I like some dance records. I like rock and roll. And I'd be playing all that shit. And in LA at the time in the 90s, you either played all forms of electronic music or you played rap records. And that was it. There's nothing in between. So I got fired from a lot of places. And a lot of those same guys that fired me, when it became cool to play open format, whatever the fuck that means, that's just DJing to me.
That's just DJing, yeah.
Yeah. They called me and they're like, hey, you want to come play? And I go, I'm going to let you know something. I have not changed what I play. Like, no, that's what we want now. Okay. All right. And when it became cool to do that, like I was light years ahead of all the guys that were adapting. And that's really what AM and I's friendship was built on that. Because it was like kind of like a battle of like who can get more weird in the nightclub. And it really was that. So yeah.
I mean, that's like you said, that's just DJing. That's like
just DJing.
The fun of it. Like, I'm gonna hit you with a song that you liked and follow it with a song that you didn't know you liked.
Yeah.
Like maybe a song you like ironically, and then maybe just cleanse your palate with something that everybody likes and so ironic.
Yeah.
Like that's just DJing.
Yeah. Or just do something fucking cool and off the wall that's like, oh shit, that was cool. Now I'm gonna dance this to the song that's playing currently. Like that's just DJing. Like open format was not it was just the way I played always. And it still is to this day. Even when things got super EDM heavy or super 0 BPM rap heavy, like I still would like hold on to it for dear life. Like, no, we got to be doing this other thing. I've been playing electronic records since I started DJing. Like there's so much early shit that I just had because I liked it, and I would play it because I liked it. Like I would play, you know, whatever late 80s, early 90s house song was popular into some fucking rock record because it worked, and that was it. But didn't work at the time.
Like there's kind of been a renaissance of like real DJing in that way. Or maybe it's just because that's just kind of what I'm paying attention to now. Like but there's places out here that just do it. And I mean, I know you guys have kind of been like finding those places too where you're at. So I don't know if I want to call it necessarily a renaissance of real DJing, but like that style seems to be making an appearance. I think because we live in an era where the music, like you said, is kind of disposable. There's a lot of good music still coming out, obviously, but not as much like what I would consider classic material. I don't know if that's just us getting older or what, but like I feel like there's a lot more like these songs have always worked, so we're gonna play these, and it's continuing that way.
I think pre-pandemic, I noticed that like the younger kids that are going out, like 18, 19, 20, you know, or early 20s, they are more interested in, they're taking an interest in stuff that happened before them, which like the last 20 years, the audience only wants to hear the iTunes top 25, and that's it. They don't give a fuck about nothing else. But this new crop of kids, they are taking an interest. So I would be playing, and like, you know, some fucking little 20-year-olds like, hey, can you play something by Fleetwood Mac? I was like, yeah, absolutely I can. What do you mean? And this was an ongoing theme. So I think that there's something to that, but also post-pandemic, I think things are going to get a lot smaller and more intimate, and not so. You're always going to have the big room nightclubs, but I think that the preference is going to be a smaller thing. Yeah. Whether that's like, you know, fear of COVID, or just like, I don't want to be around a million people, or fucking nightclubs are lame because they are lame. I think that that's where it's trending. So those two things are going to feed I think the way DJs need to start playing. I think that we're going to see a shift into play some fun old shit, because not everything new is one, required reading, and two, any good.
Right.
Yeah. We've used this question previously during the beginning of the podcast, and I want to bring this up to you. If you were opening your own nightclub, what would the name of the club be, and who would your resident DJ be for the opening night?
I have the greatest name concept for a gay nightclub that I've wanted to do forever. I probably will not reveal here because I still have hopes that I'm going to do it.
Damn.
The name of the nightclub, I mean, does it matter? Who cares about the name? It's all about like the DJ, right?
Doesn't matter unless it's good. So that's
do I get to pick only one DJ?
You could pick the whole lineup, opening, middle, and then closer.
Oh, no. One guy's playing all night.
Okay.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, one guy's playing all night. Fuck the opener bullshit and closer. No.
Yeah. We got a worker.
One guy's playing all night. Well, because the night's so much better, right? Because you set yourself up for success, and then you have the success, and then once you're done succeeding, you can play for yourself a little bit, like play some fun stuff at the end of the night once you've earned the crowd's trust.
It's so simple. How come no one realizes this?
It's the easiest thing.
18 DJs on a lineup. What are you doing out here?
It never works. How can it work?
Let me set the next guy up for success, who's also playing for the busboy at 10:15 p.m. and then the next guy, and then
it's bananas. I've said this time and time again, but the one DJ that every single time I've gone to see them play, I've had the time of my life is Crooked.
Let's go.
Shout out.
Whoa!
Shout out.
Yes. I don't go out very often. I don't go out. A handful of times, right? And it just so happens that I had been out when he was playing wherever he was, usually Vegas, but whatever it was, it didn't matter. And every time I'm like, God, this guy just fucking gets it. Like, he just fucking gets it. Like, he just knows what needs to happen, how it needs to happen. This is also assuming that neither Graham and I could play at my nightclub.
Right.
Okay. I think it would be Crooked.
Yeah.
I think it would be Crooked.
Crook's a pro.
Yeah.
He's a pro.
He is a pro.
Yeah. Shout out Crook.
You know, and has a fantastic podcast too.
Yep. Yeah. Shout out to those guys.
Some small podcasts over
and,
there. Yeah.
And is a clothing designer and has all these great ideas. We can't say enough good things about Crooked.
Yeah.
We had him on the podcast and asked him, if you were stranded on an island, what is the only album you would take with you? You can only have one album.
On what format? Like, what media format am I taking it?
Damn,
on?
You haven't gotten that Laserdisc.
It's actually a 45 taped onto a 12. That's all we're doing.
Okay.
Oh my God. It's a CD. It's a CD, but it can't be a burnt CD. You have to purchase it.
Got it. So
and no burning data discs.
Yeah.
I'm limited to 60 minutes of music, basically.
60 minutes.
Yes. You cannot, no data discs.
What a fucking DJ nerd. What format am I taking on the
know,
island?
right?
No, because
if you told me USB, I would just say the Captains of Industry catalog.
There you
right.
go. Yeah.
That would be my answer. But if I can only take one album,
we also will allow compilations and greatest hits albums.
That counts.
Crooked came up with that rule.
Crooked said Billy Joel's greatest hits.
Yeah.
Billy Joel's greatest hits. Okay.
It's the most New York answer ever.
I would have to say it's either going to be, I'm trying to think of what I can listen to from end to end and really enjoy. It's either going to be the Strokes' first album,
Ooh,
Far Side's first album.
Let's go. Shout out Trey.
Yes.
Or Captains of Industry, Yachty by Nature.
Sick.
Ooh, let's go.
Yeah, one of those three.
Today's matchup was almost Red Hot Chili Peppers versus Strokes. Almost.
Oh, that would have been challenging for me.
That would have been a good one.
That would have been
that first record. It's like 31 minutes long. It's like a perfect record. It's perfect. Every song is just long enough. The sequence that they laid the songs out, it just works. Like you could just listen to that thing straight through and you're like, oh, it's done. This is amazing.
Their first one was that's their demo.
Yeah.
And
that was their demo, and then they just put it out as an album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know I have to ask this while we have you here. I know you have a fucking bag of off the wall celebrity stories.
That's what I was about to get to.
Please bless us.
I mean, how many do you want?
We got time.
You got time, Nick?
You got time.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, this podcast is going to be 4 hours long. Every time we go on road podcasts, it's like, okay, we're going to try to keep it like focused. And then it's like 3.5 hours later, we're like, we're not done yet.
Right.
Okay, I'll tell you my Cry Me a River celebrity story. I'm playing at Ladue in Hollywood, which is Wednesday night, which was like the party to be at on Wednesday night. And just star-studded, everyone's there, et cetera, et cetera. Britney Spears shows up, and the music format was nothing new. Like just play old dope records, like nothing, zero new, doesn't matter who wants it, nothing. Okay, great, right? Sounds like a fucking dream. Britney Spears shows up with like her little dancers. They're at a table. One of the dancers comes over and says, Britney wants to hear Prince. Go, fine, I play some Prince. They dance, they do the thing. Another dancer comes over, maybe the same one, I don't remember. Britney wants to hear Michael Jackson. I go, okay, I can see that there's an ongoing theme here. I'm going to play whatever she wants. She cannot ask for anything new. Great. I go back. She comes back, she says, we want to do the dance for I'm a Slave for You. So I cannot play that record. Like, well, we just want to do it, like for everyone, whatever, like we're having fun. I go, yeah, I know you're having fun. I'm giving you the fun. I'm not playing that record. So go back, ask for another record that you want to dance to. And so she goes, they go back, come back, Slave for You. I go, it's not happening. So the promoter of the nightclub comes over and he's like, why aren't you playing this fucking song? I go, you know exactly why I'm not playing this song. We have a format here. We're doing a thing. Once you give them an inch, they're going to take a fucking mile. We're not playing that song. Owner of the nightclub comes over. Why aren't you playing this fucking song? I go, listen, we're doing a thing here. These people are here because of the thing we're doing, not because Britney Spears is going to dance to her fucking shitty song. We're not playing the song. So finally, someone coerced me into playing the song. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to play it as the last song of the night. Lights come up. It's a whole thing. Everyone has a good time. Everyone is happy. Fair enough. Fine. So I tell whoever is going to tell me when I have 2 minutes left. I go, 2 minutes. I go, great. I play the song. Everyone fucking is having a great time. They're doing the dance. They're doing the video. She's singing along. Da 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 da. Lights start to come up. Like, lights start popping up, and I'm like, okay, this is my time. So I start fading the music out. Now the main lights all come up, and as the main lights are coming up, I hit them with do 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 do. Now, everyone it's like the next level crowd eruption when this happens, because she's front and center. Everyone's staring at her because she's doing her video. And I hit her with Cry Me a River. So as the story goes, she runs to the bathroom. She's crying. She's puking, this whole thing. Everyone's like, that was amazing. I close my fucking computer and I dip. The next day, the promoter calls me and he's like, yo, Britney's pissed. She's not going to do my Super Bowl party. She wants me to fire you, blah, 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 blah. I go, well, you can fire me, or you can just tell her you fired me and she's not going to know, because who the fuck knows who I am? Doesn't matter. Like, what's happening here? So this is Wednesday. So Thursday,
are you really going to have the conversation? Fire me because Britney Spears suggested it?
Well, in LA, like at that time, celebrity had all the power, right? Yeah. So I play for this guy on Wednesday and Saturday. So I'm like, okay, if I get clipped from Wednesday, I might get clipped from Saturday. So I'm kind of shitting my pants. Saturday comes along, I play. He's like, yo, dude, that's not a good look. Like, they're pissed at the club. Like, I don't know. I have to, like, work out the Super Bowl thing. All right, whatever. Tuesday, the shit rags come out. Us Weekly, People, all that stuff. Every single one picked up the story. Stonerokk playing at Ladue, plays Cry Me a River. Britney Spears is crying, puking, blah, 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 blah. That's Tuesday. Wednesday, I go back to work at Ladue, and all those same people that were like, you're fired, you're fucked, that was fucked up, who were pissed, are all now patting me on the back. Why? Because they just got endless publicity, free publicity. Right. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck all you guys. Like, all of you can eat shit and die. I hope all of you burn in fucking hell. Because I'm shitting my pants for a week thinking I'm going to get clipped from 2 of my major nights. And now you guys are like just okay with it because you got 2 words in a fucking magazine that no one, got me fucking pissed. But that's one.
And then Justin Timberlake picked you up for a Man of the Woods.
Yeah.
And then now you were on the Man of the Woods tour. Your finest accomplishment.
Right before I was about to play, I was like, yo, meet me in the fucking parking lot because I'm about to dip after I play this song. He's like, yo, I got you. Hold up.
It's like 2006, so he's actually driving a limo.
Yeah,
it's acceptable. It's an Escalade limo. It pulls up, whips the Escalade limo.
That's a good one.
Holy fucking shit!
Damn!
Wow!
I'll give you one more.
This is why you said "Cry Me a River" is the greatest diss track. You've seen the effect.
This is why you did it.
Y'all understand what I've been talking about.
Enough, you.
Yeah, stop.
Enough,
it.
You.
I made it a diss track. I'm playing at Area in Hollywood, and when Area dropped, it was bananas. Mm-hmm. It was really, the sound system was bananas. The lights were bananas. It was like the lights were real subtle and like were twinkling all over the ceiling, and like it wasn't like big strobe fucking moving things. Like, it was, the place was beautiful, indoor, outdoor, whatever. Paris Hilton's in the house, and she's with this chick who I'm friendly with. And the busboy comes over and he hands me a note, which I still have the note. It says, can you please play Britney Spears again, Gimme Gimme, we'll give you $100, Paris and Jen. So now, because I know the chick that she's with, who also signed this thing or probably wrote it, I get a cocktail napkin and I write, please leave me alone. And I give the busboy $100. I go, here, bring this to them. Now,
busboys,
I don't know if they ever got the note. I don't know if the busboy kept the $100. I don't know anything. All I know is that I did not have to play that Britney Spears song. No one asked me for it ever again. And that was the end of that.
Best day for the busboy. He made $200.
Busboy
knocking off napkins.
Maybe.
Busboy fucking wins.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
And there's no way for me to ask Paris because, like, I mean, hey, do you remember? Did this ever happen?
Yeah.
Like 2007, did the busboy bring you $100 and a note from me? That I have no idea, but I still have the note somewhere. I know it's on that computer.
I feel like he for sure dropped off the note. Maybe not the $100 though.
Not the $100.
I'll tell you this: that guy was like ride or die for me. Like ride or die. I saw him on the streets recently, like the last couple years. He was like, "Yo, bro!" I probably haven't seen him in 10 years. I have no idea.
That's so
He's like,
tight.
What's that? Like, he was ride or die for me. Like, he was the busser, but also like kind of also head of security for the DJ booth.
Yeah,
concierge. He's ready to go.
Yeah. So he was my guy. So I like to think that he gave her the $100.
Hell yeah!
Oh,
Shout out to good bus boys.
Yeah. There you go, Neek.
With the foam roller, I see you.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Neek, what if Neek, if you were that bus boy, you keeping the 100?
Oh, 110%.
There we go.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Like, I mean,
what if you have a personal relationship with?
But if it's my dude, if it's my dude, like, yeah, you're getting. But if I don't know you, like, you're just some schmo. Like, even if you're a big DJ, like, if I don't know you, like, we don't have a rapport, I'm keeping it. If we're cool, I'm dropping it off to her because that's part of the joke.
That's a $200 opportunity, though, when you look at it.
Oh,
well, here's
the 100 coming in.
That's
the 100 didn't come in.
Yeah, the 100 coming in is going to come
if you
after
play the
song.
Britney
Yes,
song.
it was contingent on the Britney song. Yeah.
Yes.
I would have gone back as a busboy and been like, "Hey, he said no problem. Let's get him that 100. We got him."
Yeah. See, my thing is I would have brought the 100 so you can have your joke, knowing that Paris Hilton isn't going to make me give her $100.
You think?
She's like, get out of here.
Yeah.
And that's when I get to receive it.
I've thrown a lot of money at a lot of people to leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah. So that's
love that.
Yeah.
That's how you make your money as a busser.
Love that. We have a couple quick housekeeping questions. I'm not going to keep you around here for a long time. Neek.
I've got nothing but time for you guys. So as long as you want to go, I'm available.
Look at this.
Great, because my favorite subject is corporate food. And we are now doing
Hey, great. I love it.
Great.
Thank you.
I like how you brought that in like that.
Buckle up.
Buckle up.
We have an opportunity for captains of the industry to be endorsed by any fast food company of their choosing. What is the captain of the industry meal, and where is it, and what is it?
Well, it's going to be 2 meals because we have.
So he'll have to do one for the Stonerokk.
I want the captains
meal
of the industry, and I want the Stonerokk. So if you're really on some Wu-Tang shit, you could choose 2 restaurants right now.
Yeah.
So as you were saying this to me, I'm thinking, fuck, where can I eat with Graham? Because Graham only eats 12 fucking things. So initially, like right away, I'm like, okay, I have to think about my better half. But I'll give you mine, and then I'll give you ours.
Okay.
Mine is probably going to be, so I have to pick like a spot and the meal.
Yes.
But the meal is the custom meal of yours.
Yeah, it's the custom meal for you guys.
Got it. So anyone can. So I'm choosing who makes the meal, and then I choose the contents of the meal.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. So, the people who are going to make my meal for me is going to be Oklahoma Joe's, which is a barbecue spot in Kansas City. They might have other locations, but I'm only aware of the one in Kansas City, which exists in a gas station, oddly enough.
Okay, I'll take that. I was going to say not quite corporate enough.
Oh, gas station will work.
It's you want like McDonald's?
Yeah, we're
because we're trying to get the big bucks. We're
sponsorship bucks. We're not worried about local.
Okay, all right.
We want it to be like borderline morally incorrect.
Well, then I know exactly what it is.
Let's talk.
We'll piggyback off of my one of those online campaigns of like, please sign change.org or whatever.
Yeah.
So so the place that I'm going to get my food made is Veggie Grill.
Okay.
Cool.
And they're going to make me a double bacon barbecue cheeseburger. That is what they're vegan? Not vegan. And I'm going to tell you why. So, at one point, there was a campaign going on for In-N-Out to offer vegan options. Why? So that people who are vegan can also enjoy In-N-Out with their friends. Okay. Now, the problem with that is that In-N-Out is a fucking burger restaurant. So if you want to enjoy your time with your friends and you're a vegan, don't go to a fucking burger restaurant. Ask them to go somewhere that offers you whatever you want, or just fucking eat a piece of bread and shut the fuck up. Right. In response to that, I started my own campaign to get signatures to have Veggie Grill offer non-vegan options so that I can enjoy Veggie Grill with my vegan friends.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yes.
So that's how we got to double bacon barbecue Chibo at Veggie Grill.
This is great.
That kind of goes in line with like leaving the toilet seat up. Like, women always complain that we always leave the toilet seat up, but they never leave it up for us.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Like, what about when I come in when it's dark?
I gotta lift it up.
I gotta like check.
You hurt yourself.
Might pee on the cover.
Hurt yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that a lot.
So what's the captain's?
It's gonna be something fucking super plain. It's probably gonna be like a steak somewhere, like an overdone fucking boneless, skinless chicken breast. Like Graham eats some weird ass shit. And when you have him on, he's gonna be like, "No, man, I know what I like, and that's it." But he eats 12 fucking things, and that's it. One day I'm gonna put it on a t-shirt, but I'm gonna be the only one that wears it because he won't wear it.
It's like an 8-piece chicken nugget.
No
it's
sauce.
not even.
No
I'll tell you what it is. Black pepper turkey sandwiches with American cheese, filet mignon, butterflied, well done. What's the fucking point? Boneless, skinless chicken breast, well done. Any bread product imaginable. Pasta with tomato sauce, but no like parsley garnish on it. Do not put anything green on his fucking food. Do not do that. Iceberg wedge lettuce salad situation. I said bread products. Grapevines, like red vines but grape flavored.
It's basically a hospital meal.
Yo, what a grapevine!
Yeah, he's got a very he knows what he likes, and that's all he fucks with.
Yeah,
that's all he fucks with. That's it. Something,
bro.
I asked him, I'm like, yo, man, did something happen? Like, did your parents like force feed you shit that you just didn't like, and now that you are able to eat whatever you like, you're like, you have a firm stance? He's just like, no, nothing happened. I like what I like.
That's funny, man.
We were on the road somewhere, and we were getting fed by some chef and whatever, and they had macaroni and cheese, like deep fried macaroni and cheese, basically. It's like blocks of deep fried macaroni and cheese. Fucking delicious. We must have eaten 100 of these fucking things. Not really, but we had a lot. And the chef comes out and he's like, so what'd you guys think? And Graham's like, man, these fucking macaroni and cheese fried blocks of heaven are amazing. He goes, yeah, you know what the secret is? Lots and lots of butter. And Graham does not fuck with butter. The moment he said that, he just pushed it away from him. Like, dude, you just had 20 of these things and you love them. He's like, can't fuck with them. He's
didn't know there's butter.
That's it. He knows it's butter, and that's it. He cannot. Doesn't matter that he just had a bunch and he enjoyed it. He enjoyed it so much that he complimented the chef. There's butter, he's done.
I kind of feel that because I'm picky like that. I'm a picky. These guys will tell you I don't eat shit either.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I can kind of pinpoint it to something, but that's funny.
That's so funny.
Chef, these were amazing. Yeah. It's a lot of butter. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
not for me.
I'm good.
Never mind.
Not for me.
Why?
This is actually my favorite story. He took an interest to some chef on like one of these chef shows or whatever, young chick, and she has a restaurant in New York. So me, him, and Sam French go to this restaurant, and I'm like, dude, there's not one fucking thing for you to eat here. He goes, no, we're good, in hopes that he's gonna see the chef, and they're gonna lock eyes, and there's gonna be a moment, and a thing's gonna happen, and he's gonna fall in love, and he's gonna fucking live with the chef for the rest of his life. So we're sitting in this restaurant, and I'm ordering, and Sam's ordering. Graham's like, I'll just have a Diet Coke and like eat the bread. And he dips out for a second. So we're eating, and like it's been like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And we're like, where the fuck did this guy go? I thought he went to the bathroom. So I checked the bathroom. He's not in there. I sent him a text like, yo, where are you? He's like, oh, I'll be right back. Like, be right back. Where did you go? He's like, I went to go get a slice. He left the restaurant to go get, he eats pizza. He left the restaurant to go get a fucking slice of pizza because he couldn't eat anything at the restaurant that he took us to. It's like,
wow,
dude, what the fuck? Yeah.
Oh,
she's not here, guys. Get what you want.
Did he meet the chef? Did he meet the chef or what?
No, she wasn't even there.
She wasn't even there.
She wasn't even there. I wish that it was like a great love story, but she wasn't even.
Oh fuck!
Oh god.
Travis.
Speaking of celebrities,
yes,
Stone, we are building our DJ biopic cinematic universe. So in this DJ biopic cinematic universe, who is playing Stonerokk? And it could be anybody within the entertainment realm, dead or alive, or even animated.
It's either going to be I have three.
Okay. That'll work.
It's
three
either going to be
playing one movie.
No,
you can do that too. You can have three different. Okay.
Three options.
Okay.
Because I don't know who the director is going to want. Like, it's not up to me.
Okay.
It's up to the director.
Casting options.
Yeah.
It's either going to be Michael Caine, Luis Guzman, or Norman Fell as Stanley Roper.
Oh.
So Stanley Roper playing me.
I'm gonna go with the latter. I like that.
I like that one a lot too, because he's kind of like a curmudgeon and breaks people's balls, but like at the end of the day, everyone knows that he means well and he's got a big heart, and he's maybe a little bit misunderstood. Yeah, Norman. So final answer: Norman Fell as Stanley Roper.
As Stanley Roper, as you. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that. Since this is the first podcast of 2022, this will be out on Monday.
Okay.
Let's do some wrap-ups for 2021.
Yeah.
Stone, did you have a favorite album that came out this year, or enjoyed any music that came out in the year 2021?
Yes, I mean, I listened to a shit ton of podcasts last year and this year, and through that, I rediscovered a lot of music. So like Questlove Supreme, I listened to, and the Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis episode, I was like, went through their whole catalog.
Yeah.
The Lenny Kravitz episode, I went through his whole catalog, which is why I brought up Lenny Kravitz earlier, because I just went through a fucking Lenny Kravitz deep dive.
Shout out Ruckus.
Shout out to Ruckus.
Shout out to Ruckus. So I've been doing a lot of like revisiting music that either I forgot about or I lost touch with, or stuff that I didn't even know about. Or like, oh shit, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis were in that fucking band. Oh shit, they did produce that. Like, oh, let me go revisit that, and then you go down a little bit of a rabbit hole. But yeah, that's kind of, there's nothing specific. It was just a lot of like recalibrating my music hard drive here up here.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love when oh shit, they were in the time. Right.
Like people want to forget that Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis were in the fucking time. And if it wasn't for Prince pissing them off, we wouldn't have Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
That's very true.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
Did you like the Silk Sonic album?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Oh,
that's great.
Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dang,
I listened to it. No, I listened to it. It's fine.
That's kind of your sound.
I mean, it didn't stick to the skin, it seems like.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't.
He said, "Who do I have here?"
No, like I'll read a book and then like I forget who wrote it and half of the title. Like I listen to stuff and then just kind of like
in and out.
Right.
Yeah, it just goes away. If it sticks to my bones, then I'll pay closer attention to it. But I'll listen to it like, oh yeah, that was cool. Yeah. At least so that when someone's like, oh, do you have song such and such? I'm like, no, I don't have it, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Because I probably don't have it.
I feel like that was kind of the general consensus around here too. Is we're like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. It's fine. It was fine. Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah. Travis, Neek, did you guys have any favorite albums this year?
I mean,
Travis, you.
I went back to J. Cole a lot.
Yeah.
Went back to Cole. I went back to Tyler and Adele.
Tyler's got my number one for the year.
Tyler's got my number one for the year.
Yeah.
Is it weird that I can't name a single J. Cole song?
No.
Like I feel like he's like the adult contemporary of hip hop. Like
that works.
Yeah.
He's like in a very specific box, or is he just totally like pop starred out and I have no idea. I'm just like so not in.
Nope, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
It's a lane that I think after watching, he just did an interview with Nardwar.
Yeah.
And he kind of wears it. Like he's very humble and just like knowing that he has a lane. And
who's the 90s equivalent?
Who's the 90s equivalent to Cole?
Q-Tip, Common, like somebody who's kind of like politically aware.
But Common had records in the club though.
Yeah.
I've never gotten a J. Cole request ever in my life.
Okay. I don't get J. Cole requests, but I'll play it.
J. Cole gets played in the club though.
Yeah, Middle Child for sure gets played. KOD gets played. Poke It Out. The new one. Stone, you like that. Poke It Out samples Breathe and Stop or Vibrant Thing.
Okay.
Yeah. From Q-Tip.
So like he's getting played, but Common had I guess
was one of the ones that didn't really get
I'd say he's like a modern day Common.
Yeah.
It seems really like socially aware type, but I guess J. Cole is kind of like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do a J. Cole deep dive later.
Oh,
it's
I'm
fun.
curious to see what you think.
Fun. Yeah,
it's
I
fun.
want to hear what you say about it though.
You're gonna if we have similar tastes, it might not be as fun as you would hope.
Yeah.
Because a lot of his mixtapes to me were better than his actual album.
Forest Hills Drive is my album.
Forest Hills is great. That was my album that I liked. But I'm
gonna start with Forest Hills then.
Please,
the one with TLC. I hated that album.
Oh, the Crooked Smile. So that was the one before Forest Hills.
The white one with the crown and the black. Yeah, I hated that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Born.
That one wasn't good. That was like a pop attempt, and I hated it. Album. Yeah, I liked the Tyler album. I love the Yebba album.
Yebba. Talk to me, Nick. Talk to me.
Yebba was great. It's not some club shit at all. It's some singer-songwriter shit produced by Mark Ronson.
And you sit down and cry to that shit.
You're gonna sit there and cry to some shit that you don't relate to as a man.
Yep.
It's just good. It's
Beautiful
just
thing.
really fucking good. I described it early on, like instrumentation wise, kind of like a mix of, because it's very key, like chords focused, so like kind of Stevie in like the production.
Okay.
Meets, I don't remember it's kind of folky too.
Yeah.
So it's like some Fleetwood Stevie hybrid. It's it's cool.
Soulful.
I like it a lot. If ever you just want to listen to like just some cool songwriting, Yebba's the one.
Love Yebba.
I put mine together. Tyler, Topaz Jones album.
Okay.
Madlib's album Sound Ancestors.
Yeah, that was sick.
Fucking incredible. Duran Jones and the Indications, Private Space, and then Turnstile, which is something completely different than all of that. So
Hitler Wears Hermes is another one for me too.
From West Side.
Yeah.
West Side Gun.
West Side Gun's album was sick. The Hermes album, that was sick. That's good fucking rap.
It is.
Any favorite movies, gentlemen? 2021. We'll just do a full wrap up.
Go ahead, Stone.
2021. What came out this year? What did I really enjoy? I haven't seen House of Gucci yet, but I imagine that's going to be up there for me.
It was cool.
What about Dune?
Dune did not do it for me.
No.
Any Marvel shit come out this year? No.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man.
No,
just
Far From
Home.
Home.
Black Widow, I guess.
Black Widow and Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
French Dispatch. You guys see that?
I did. That's pretty good.
Licorice Pizza. I want to talk about that.
That's on my list. I haven't seen that one yet.
Actually, my list tonight. I want to watch that tonight.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. The ending kind of blows, but it's good. Yeah. Soundtrack is a 10.
Yeah.
Anything we read this year, gentlemen, that we want to?
That's all you, bud.
Yeah, that's all.
I mean, I got that. Stone said he's been reading though.
I read the back.
Yeah, I do an annual December read of How to Win Friends and Influence People, Dale Carnegie. Mm-hmm. That happens every December. I'm reading a potty training book.
Nice.
Wait a minute. You got kids?
Yes. Yeah, I had one kid last year.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, so it's getting that time.
The way that you said it, it sounded like you were just reading it for fun. And I was like,
leisure.
Yeah, just trying to figure out how to teach people how to shit on the toilet.
It's important.
And then when I'm done with the Carney book, I'm gonna read a book called, I believe it's Molecules of More, which is like there's a neuroscientist that I'm way into, Andrew Huberman.
Okay.
Wait, what was the Carney book?
The Carnegie book is called How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Gotcha. I misheard you.
Yeah, that one's like, I think that was written in the 30s. It's actually a hard read because the language is still from then.
Yeah.
But it's like a good reminder of like how to handle your business. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Andrew Huberman. I discovered him maybe late last year, earlier this year, and his podcast is great. And he basically tells you how your life's fucked up and how you're not sleeping correctly and how you're not getting enough light exposure. And I got obsessed with dopamine and how to reset dopamine receptors. And that's how I found him. I was going down a dopamine rabbit hole. And then his podcast, I mean, he's a scientist, but it's easy. He makes it very easy to digest all the sciencey stuff. Yeah, so I was researching like how dopamine affects motivation and all that happiness and all that kind of stuff. This is why I'm not on Instagram anymore. Like I still have an Instagram, but I'm not on it. My Twitter's wiped. My Facebook's a wrap. Like I just done with social media because the big three was like get off social media, stop playing video games, and stop jerking off to porn. Well, I don't play video games. I stopped jerking off to porn, and now I'm off social media. So I'm just trying to do a massive reset. And yeah,
$1 million man over here.
Yeah,
that's how I found the Molecules of More. Somebody that he was interviewing recommended it, and it's just an extension of like all the stuff he talks about. So that's what I'm going to read next.
That is incredible. And we should mention, as soon as you made your announcement that you're leaving Instagram, I hit you up, and there was a big backlash from people asking you, "Are you okay? Is everything fine?"
Yeah, it was weird because like I was like, I posted something that was just basically, I don't remember what it was, but it's just basically like, hey, I'm not going to be on Instagram anymore. If you need me, text me or email me, and if you don't have my text or email, fucking Google me. Like, get creative. And a lot of people were like, "Hey, are you okay?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm fucking fine." Why? It's like, "Your Instagram post." I go, "What's wrong with you that you think something's wrong with me that I'm getting off of fucking Instagram?" And so then I did a follow-up post that was basically like, "Hey, I'm just getting off social media. I'm fine. Like, fucking leave me alone. Stop texting me." And then I took that down and I just put up like a basic one.
Even more alarming. The second one, even more alarming. Where you get even more
because the second one was full like, fuck off and die, everyone. And then,
I'm not crazy, guys. I'm not crazy.
Yeah, the second one's more alarming.
And then
Tim with a tinfoil hat.
And then I remember Graham was like, "Hey, he didn't say this to me, but he always says like, just be mindful of like what you're putting out there because everyone's offended by everything, and we're trying to do some shit that is bigger than us." So, so I took those down. I was just like, I'm gonna just put a generic thing up with Ben Affleck from Good Will Hunting, and that was that. So, but yeah, that's why I'm off social media for now. I might make a comeback. I don't know. It's good, but it's gonna just be it's gonna be different. It's not gonna be so much of a time suck. Yeah. Where I'm just like endlessly scrolling or tapping or whatever the fuck you do.
When is the next mixtape dropping? I had to ask that.
Hopefully fucking never. Hopefully never.
If you're waiting,
Dude,
don't.
I mean, like, we say this every time. Every time we're like, we're never doing this again, and then somehow we get sucked back into doing it. We are working on a mix that may or may not see the light of day. It's to support another project. Mm-hmm. We'll probably put it out, but we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Depends on how it turns out.
Okay. So everyone waiting. So keep waiting.
Maybe one more. But like, who knows when?
All right.
These things take so much time.
Yeah,
you guys don't have the Lynn drum machine anymore.
Yeah.
Well, now I have all of the Lynn drum machines, all of the Lynn drum plugins. So tell me what you want from the early 80s.
Yeah, now it's just you can just get it online.
I'll redo every Prince record from like 81 and on.
Yeah. Please do a Yaz cover band with you and Graham. That would make me so happy. Before we get out of here, I want to ask one more question. What is your favorite closing song to end the night? Outside of Justin Timberlake, Cry Me a River.
There's one more question after this. It's very
cool. Well, that was like a one-time thing. I could never do that again, right?
She's still around. She'll be out.
Yeah, but like it doesn't have the same impact.
She might dance to it the next time.
That's the Larry David moment where he plays and she goes, "You," and then your career gets reignited right there. Yeah. DJ Extreme.
What do I like to end the night with? I mean, I don't have like a go-to. It's generally like a fuck you song. Like it's like the opposite of like what everyone wants to hear. Mm-hmm. But I think that was by design because there was a period of time in LA where like they had to get everyone out at like the minute. So if I played anything that was even remotely fucking cool, and even in Vegas when I would close out at Moon, like it would just go on forever because like I'd be playing, fun like old R&B records and funk records, and like those people would be sticking around. And it would just go on and on and on, and finally the GM's like, dude, you got to kill it. So I'd put on like fucking Charlie Brown theme or whatever, just anything to just like get them to leave.
That gets Meek on the dance floor.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was almost always like something like that, like something that should not be played. Because turning the music off isn't enough, because they kind of just like linger. You have to like hurt their feelings. You have to offend them. They need to be like angry at you. Like, why did you just do that to me? You ruined my whole night. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Good. You're like, good.
The science of DJing. You want them, and then you want them to get the fuck away from you.
Yeah. It's a lot of puppeteering.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So we have our playlist. Our 505 playlist on Spotify. What song do we need to add on that playlist? It could be any song.
Any song.
That's like important to me, or just any fucking song?
Any fucking song.
I mean, I'm just going to tell you the one that's important to me. Talking Heads, This Must Be the Place.
Oh, let's go.
Excellent pick. Excellent fucking pick. Yeah, I think we'll wrap it up from here. What a fucking treat.
You sure you have nothing else to ask? There's no questions that you were like, I shouldn't ask him this.
We could go on for hours. Okay. Is there anything you want to tell us that leading into the new year? Anything people need to hear? Yeah, announcements. Any scorning? Is there any scorning you need to do?
Oh, I mean, Festivus did just pass.
Any public grievances? Airing of the grievances?
Airing of grievances. Announcements? I mean, not really. Airing of grievances? Yeah, I mean, I fucking have endless grievances, but like, who wants to hear that shit? No one wants to hear that.
Any shout outs? Anyone need a shout out?
I mean, just Graham Funky and you guys for having me, and everyone who tolerates me and everyone who's tolerated me the last fucking 30 years.
Yeah.
Holy shit! It's almost 30 years I've been DJing.
Oh boy.
So sick.
This is a direct music service podcast, so Kevin Scott will hear this. Shout out to Kevin Scott.
Shout out to Kevin Scott for sure.
The homie.
Sure.
Look, one of my favorite nights in Portland, I will say, was when you played Colin's birthday party, that Hawaiian party. Oh my God. I danced my ass off, and
was fun.
I was coming from watching Ghostland Observatory.
Oh yeah,
and I was shrooming my ass off at Ghostland Observatory, and then come to you, and oh my god, it was
That's so
best,
sick.
it was the best night of my life in Portland.
Did we get rip roaring drunk, or was that when I played with Evil that I got rip roaring drunk?
we got very, very, very
drunk.
Yeah,
y'all got drunk.
Yeah,
y'all got drunk.
Yeah. Well, Evil said, "Hey, let's throw your birthday party." And I said, "There's only one person I want to call, and that was Stone. There's no one in my mind, Stone, that you set the tone. So I wanted to have you on the podcast. I want all the listeners to know you are a fucking legend. You are the true textbook dictionary definition of someone that does it all musically, someone that paints a canvas, and we want to give you your flowers around here because you're a fucking legend. First and foremost.
I appreciate that. I mean, I just I just play fun fucking records. I think I'm maybe a little bit too much of a purist when it comes to like the actual act of DJing. But other than that, I'm not doing anything different than what everyone else is doing. It's all the same shit, just a different order.
Yeah.
Minus J. Cole. I don't play any J. Cole.
Yes.
Not yet.
Yeah.
First of all, play Snow from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and we'll worry about the J. Cole. Sacramento, you'll see this gentleman. When are you playing Sacramento?
I think the 28th of January.
Okay.
Let me just double check that. I don't want to misspeak here. No, that's December. Yeah, the 28th in Sacramento.
Okay, where are you at?
At Mix.
At Mix, okay.
Yeah, the venue is called Mix.
Oh, I've been there. That place is dope.
Yeah.
Socials for the Mixcloud for all of your mixes, mixcloud.com/
mixcloud.com/the caps, THECAPTS. You can follow me on Instagram, STONEROKK, and Twitter and all that stuff, but like I'm not really posting. And if you want to send me a funny meme, just text it or email me. And if you don't have my email or text, fucking Google me.
He's fine, by the way, folks. Quit asking.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm totally fine.
He's fine. This is fine.
It's a healthy adjustment.
Yeah, he's sleeping now. He's not drinking 7 espressos during a 2-hour DJ set. We're fine. We're doing just fine.
Shit. What I just did.
All right, we will wrap it up there. Everyone, please
go
check out Stonerokk. Go check out Captains of the Industry. If you are not a DJ and getting into this universe, you need to know some of the people that have helped pave the way for what you do today. And
and some of our biggest influencers. I mean, goddamn.
Absolutely. And,
Stone and them, like, and Eric, you guys put music in a way that is like so much fun. And I think every DJ needs to listen to at least one set of you guys because of what you can do as a DJ.
Yes.
You don't have to just be a hip hop DJ. You don't have to be just a house DJ. You can do everything.
The thing that I told, Graham and I used to speak at Tina T's camp spinoff, and then we stopped speaking there. I think because I wasn't giving kid-friendly advice. But what I would tell them, I remember this one kid was like, well, what should I be playing? And I'm like, you have to play what you love, because if you are a Kia salesperson and you don't like Kias, you're not going to sell any fucking Kias.
Right.
So if you're trying to play disco records, but you don't really like disco records, the audience is not going to buy it. Like you're not going to deliver it properly, and the audience is not going to buy it. So like, a lot of guys, for better or for worse, would pivot from, they're hip hop guys, now they're EDM guys, now they're doing this other thing, now they're doing this other thing. Does it work? Yeah, I guess it works. But like, I can't tell you how many times I heard, oh, such and such was so much better when they were playing this, which was, their foundation. And that's the stuff that they like. And I really, obviously I had to get on the EDM thing because that's what was happening. But like I said, I was really trying to like hold on to, one, the stuff that I still like to play, and two, like, no guys, it doesn't have to be all 128 BPM all night long. Like there's other stuff that's really good that we can put with these shitty Calvin Harris songs. Like we can make this work all together. Like let's just have a big hug and let's just do this. So yeah, I mean, you just have to play what you love. And if you're not doing that, and it goes back to like, why are you doing this? Are you doing this for glory? Or are you doing this because you love DJing? And if you love DJing, then it doesn't matter what other people want, as long as you're playing what you want in venues that will accept that are wanting to hear that. But if you're the dude that's like, oh, I'm going to play EDM because that's what's popping, you know, I don't think you're going to have a very long life, because there's going to be another guy that's going to do the next thing better than you, or there's going to be a guy that's actually passionate about EDM or whatever it is, and they're going to stomp your nuts in, and you're going to lose your fucking job. So just stick to what you're passionate about, and you know, taste change. If Paul Oakenfold was a hip hop DJ, but everyone knows him as electronic guy. His taste changed, so that's the music he wanted to make. But yeah, just stick to the stuff that you're into, that you're passionate about, and then you'll be able to sell it to a crowd, and they'll believe you. You know?
Hell yeah. Stonerokk, ladies and gentlemen.
Fucking Stone.
It's easy, guys. It's super easy.
It's just so easy. Yeah.
It's so easy. Open for yourself, close for yourself,
and play
delete your social media. Quit jerking off to porn.
Yeah.
Quit playing video games.
Yeah.
Don't drink 7 espressos.
No.
Don't be in the sky so much. Get out of the sky, but also get up in the sky and play out of your city. Order meat at Veggie Grill. This will all be in the show notes right underneath the episode if you want to.
This is the secret to your success. The title of my first book will be Order a Burger at Veggie Grill. That's the title of my first book.
Actually sounds like a good book. I'd read
it. Boom. We're out. This will be the first thing you hear for 2022. Everyone stay safe.
Hey, welcome to the new year, y'all.
Yeah, keep wearing your mask. Get your booster shot. Wash your hands.
Social distance.
Social
distancing is the best.
Don't cough in anyone's mouth. Whatever. Just
stop spitting in people's mouths.
Stop spitting in each other's
mouths.
Stop
doing that shit. You
Stop.
That's Naste.
All right, if we have nothing else no other further grievances to air, I guess we will call it on that. Everyone, we will see you next week with a surprise guest. I think Morse Code and Ivy next week. I have to check on that. Though.
Okay.
So it's not a surprise anymore?
Yeah, no.
I'm not. It's a surprise to me. I'm not sure who it is.
It's a maybe.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next week.
Later.